Hello, welcome to another episode of Boomer Health at Home, the show where we try and provide you useful information for you and your loved ones to live a happy, healthy life. I'm your host, Brett Pulte, and one of the hardest parts about being an adult is trying to find ways to stay active and also finding the time for it. So today, joining us, we have Durr Darian, the owner and operator of Ultimate Soccer Arenas in Pontiac, and George is going to help us figure out some ways to, stay happy and healthy and active as adults. Thanks for joining us, George.
You're welcome. Thanks. It's a pleasure.
Oh, good. So, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background in business.
Well, born, bred in Michigan,
Good.
And married for almost 29 years, have two daughters, 25 and 26.
Good.
And we live in a new house we just built in Keego Harbor, and we're very focused on, obviously, sports.
Oh, of course,
area,
yeah. So how'd you end up in the sports business?
Well, I was actually a director for Ameritech Cellular, and we decided, I had two daughters playing soccer, and I got tired of going to a lot of places that were, I won't use the words on TV, but a little less than desirable. Yeah. And so what I did was I decided we would build a model, not a financial model for a sports facility, but a customer-based model for the sports facility to satisfy the needs of the parents, the players, and the coaches. Yeah,
and growing up, I played hockey, and of course there's dumpy rinks all over.
I wasn't going to use those words, so you used
them. I'll take that for you. So you own and operate Ultimate Soccer Arenas out in Pontiac. Can you tell us about some of the different activities that you offer there?
Well, we're a soccer facility first and foremost, and we happen to be the largest indoor soccer facility in the world.
Wow.
And we have 365,000 square feet of indoor space on 32 acres with an additional outdoor field too. That's a lit outdoor field. Our main thing is soccer, but we have a lot of other variety of activities from high school graduations. Mm-hmm. We have a major volleyball tournament coming up in just a few weeks. It'll be 12,000 people in less than 2 days. We just had a gymnastic event there for young kids. We have adult leagues that go Monday, Tuesday, right through to Thursday, and then on Sunday nights, everything from open, which are most skilled players, then over 30, and then over 40 and beyond. And we also have a co-ed league. So we have a mix of all those, and they run literally year-round.
Yeah.
Probably the only time we take a little time off is in July.
Well, that's interesting, especially, you're saying you're going to have 12,000 people in here next weekend.
Yes.
That's insane. You're not only helping people stay happy and healthy, you're helping the local economy as well.
We have approximately 1.3 million people come through our doors a year.
That's insane.
It's pretty busy. It's pretty busy.
Yeah. So, you mentioned the different age groups that you have coming through there. What type of activities do you have for adults?
Well, we have established adult leagues that are very popular. There are we have seasons. So we have, they're usually 8-game seasons, so it's 8 or 9 weeks long, and then we go right through another season. So we have spring, early summer, then we have a fall, then late fall, then a winter 1, winter 2. And so it just keeps rotating. Approximately 250 to 300 adult teams per season, and those games start usually at 9 or 9:30 at night, go till 12:30 at night, and every hour on the hour, and all our fields are filled. So we play. We have 3 full-size FIFA regulation fields. Yeah. We have 1 additional field, slightly smaller. And then we divide those up, the full-size fields, because of age. We don't play full-size, 110 yards long. We split it into 8v8 games. So there's 8 players on each side. Yeah. And those go 75 yards long for the field.
Okay.
And we have up to, in that situation, we have up to 7 games going at one time, starting at 9:30 and then 10:30, 11:30 till 12:30.
Wow, so you're pretty much busy around the clock.
Till 12:30 or 1 o'clock at night every day.
That's crazy. I'm sure it's good for you, though. So, you said you have these adult leagues. What's the oldest player you've seen out on one of
Well,
your fields?
we don't report ages after 40 because there's no limit.
Yeah,
But
good.
we probably have a few 60-year-old, very healthy,
Yeah.
60-year-old players, a lot of 50-year-old players, and 40s. It's all in the same age bracket, 40 and above.
Okay, that's good.
So the 50-year-olds have to keep up with the 40-year-olds.
Yeah, I'll bet you some of the 40-year-olds have to keep up with the 60-year-olds.
Yes, sir. That happens all the time.
So how competitive are your adult leagues?
Very
are we talking
competitive.
everyone's coming in, slide tackling each other,
Well,
elbows
we don't
out?
we don't allow that, and we have referees, and obviously, I would be not telling the truth if I said we don't give out some red cards every once in a while, and every once in a while I have to show up at night to remind some of the players that have businesses in the area and things like that, and lots of employees that report to them that I'll embarrass them if they stop, create more penalties for themselves.
Yeah.
So it's very competitive, and it's fun, and soccer is a world sport, and the men and the women both enjoy it, and it's competitive and very enjoyable.
So how popular is soccer here in Michigan?
A lot of people don't realize, and it's not just from the last few years or anything like that, soccer is equal to baseball as America's pastime nationwide.
Wow.
And that's registered players of all ages.
Yeah.
The difference being in soccer, from a professional standpoint, it's nowhere near as monetarily significant as baseball. Okay, but there is a pro league, but it's 1/5 of what baseball is.
Yeah.
But as far as registered players, there's pretty close to the same 15 million plus of registered baseball players. That's from Little League all the way up to Major League Baseball. And there's approximately 15 million soccer players.
Wow.
Everything from 6, 7-year-old club soccer players, which are predominantly our customer base, to Major League Soccer.
Yeah, and that's interesting because I know when I was going through high school 15 years ago, we always had a really good football team. Everyone wanted to play hockey, and we could barely find 13 or 14 guys to fill up the soccer team. And now it's changed. I've got younger cousins, and they're all playing soccer.
Yeah. When I went to high school, I couldn't find one other player. I didn't even know about soccer. So.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's a significant. It is the other significant sport, as far as popularity. There's no downturn in the demand for soccer, and everything like that. So it's pretty much right through high school and the college. It's an extremely popular sport.
That's good to hear. It's good to hear everything's gaining traction and really continual uptick.
Thank you.
So, from your experience, are older players more prone to injury?
We've never actually done a study on it, but very honestly, probably not. Surprisingly, because any of the men or women that want to play soccer, probably a lot of them played, and when they were younger and stuff, and so they come in decent shape. I mean, some get gassed, and that's why we play 8v8 instead of 11v11, which is the official lane.
Yeah.
But pretty much, I mean, soccer's a relatively very safe sport, and we have state-of-the-art AstroTurf Game Day Extreme turf with over an inch of rubber in the turf mixed in.
Nice and soft
approximately
if you fall.
60,000 pounds on each field of turf. And they're state-of-the-art fields, and so there's cushion, and it's safe, and you wear proper gear and things like that. I mean, people get hurt,
of
but
course.
it's more prone of paying attention to things like your ACLs and things like that. And those, and women are a little more prone to injury than men in soccer. And so they need to have specific training for that, so that you can actually build up women's muscles to prevent ACL injuries and that type of thing.
That's interesting. So, we've been talking about all these leagues, all these activities you have. If someone's interested in joining one, how can they do that?
We don't charge an admission or anything to come
Okay.
to the facility. If you're interested, if you're an adult, you want to join one of our adult leagues, all you need to do is come by at night after around 9 o'clock, and our manager, whoever's at the desk at night, will direct you towards what age bracket is, or you can call and find out which one's playing that night. And it's age specific per day, but the days rotate.
Okay.
And so they can come and walk around. We have a full mezzanine with a fully stocked pub upstairs, so they can relax, get a drink, watch what's going on with the teams, and kind of see that team might be of interest to me. Come back to the front desk, say who's playing on field 1 or field 3, and we can direct them to the manager of that team. And men's teams and co-ed teams are always looking for another woman to play or another man to play on the team, because someone gets transferred on their job, or they have to leave for another reason, and things like that. So there's always teams looking, and then there's also businesses that create their own team and then come in and sign up too.
Yeah. So you said you had that pub upstairs. How active is that? I'm sure it's pretty active on the weekends.
Well, right after the 9:30 game, it's active, and right after the 10:30 game, it gets more active.
Yeah.
And the 11:30 game, it gets more active. So we have full service bar at both levels, on the mezzanine level and our main level, and a full service coffee shop cafe too.
It sounds like you've pretty much taken everything anyone ever wanted in a sports arena and made it.
So we tried to do that. We had a list of, the shopping list was to satisfy the customer, and that was kind of myself, my wife, and all our friends. We have 13 high-definition TVs with all the sports channels on them.
There you go.
And meeting rooms for them, and state-of-the-art bathrooms, too.
That's awesome. So, we've been talking about all these activities you have there, but do you offer any type of medical treatments there?
Yes. Not as far as like a doctor, but what we have is a state-of-the-art Detroit Medical Center, DMC RIM, Rehabilitation Institute of Michigan, facility in 3,600 square feet on our mezzanine. Wow. And they're open day and night, and then some nights, and a lot of it's by appointment, and it's a full-blown rehabilitation facility. Wow. And they do a small amount of training. And we're also excited about announcing that we're now just started building another 7,000 square foot building for DMC on our property, and that's going to be a state-of-the-art sports training facility powered by Exos, DMC Sports Training by Exos. And Exos is one of the new state-of-the-art type, any age, this is not age specific, sports training facilities to do some of those things like build up your ACLs, do specific leg training, Achilles tendon, that type thing. Yeah. And it's going to be state of the art, and we're very excited about it. There's going to be an additional one built. We're going to be first, but additional one built at Caesars Arena downtown by DMC, powered by Exos Training too.
So not only are you providing the space for people to be active, you're providing the space for them to make sure they can be at their peak performance.
Yes, and the Rehabilitation Institute facility in our mezzanine inside our main building, that facility has people come in of all age brackets all day long from 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's available, and we have easy access to it and an elevator, so that any age, if they need rehab of any kind, all they need to do is come right in there with their prescription, and DMC can take care of them.
That's awesome. And you were telling me before we came on the show here that you've pretty much made this so that the entire family can come watch someone play soccer. And that's awesome, because things are not very accessible these days.
No, we're completely accessible. We're barrier-free everywhere for anybody handicapped or in need of a wheelchair, things like that. We have seating in every field, so you don't have to carry in your own lawn chairs. We have seating everywhere. We have seating on the mezzanine, so you can actually watch 3 of our 4 fields from
Yeah.
one mezzanine.
Wow.
So while you go up to, we made it kind of convenient to go up to the pub and
Yeah.
then walk around at the same time. And we have an elevator up to the mezzanine so anybody can go up there. And we're very convenient for someone who is, slightly slow moving to get to the rehab facility or to the mezzanine or onto any of the fields.
Oh,
We're 100% barrier free.
That's awesome. It's great to hear because, as I just said, a little earlier, I was used to the dumpy old arenas where you walked upstairs just to get to the rink. So it's good to hear that things are progressing and that you've really put a lot of work into it. So you have this whole big facility. What is the biggest thing that your customers come in and purchase?
Biggest thing they purchase?
Yep, your hottest item or service, we should say.
The DMC facility is very busy all the time. The adult leagues and the youth leagues. We have 3 of the largest clubs in Michigan that are there year-round.
Oh,
that
wow.
purchase, they basically lock up all the time
Yeah.
from 4 o'clock in the afternoon till actually 4 clubs for soccer, 1 club for lacrosse.
Oh, wow.
And we also offer lacrosse in there.
Yeah.
And they purchase the block time from 4 o'clock till around 9:30 when the adult leagues start.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, we have youth games from clubs from all over Michigan that come to those. And in addition, we have Roper High School. It has an agreement with us, and they have the outdoor field from 4 to
Oh, cool.
6, all spring and all fall. And so we have numerous things so they're bulk purchases. We're a facility. We don't create the clubs themselves or compete with the clubs.
You pretty much just provide the space for the clubs that were created to come in.
And then our newest thing is, I'm happy to announce that our street, South Boulevard in Pontiac, is growing. And we now have 2 big neighbors, Williams International and a United Shore Mortgage. And United Shore has over 4,000 employees. Williams is going to have over 650, and both of them run space during lunchtime.
Oh, wow.
And for their employees to have sports, activities and physical fitness. And so they come in during lunchtime and play on the fields and play soccer, or they do flag football, or they do frisbee. Field is ideal for frisbee throwing because it's big,
wide open.
And so the guys come in, and women, and play during lunchtime, and then they go back to their job. So.
And I'm sure you feel a good point of pride knowing that you had some role in bringing more business out to the Pontiac area.
We probably helped. We were the first one on what the Mayor Waterman calls the Diamond Corridor. We were the first there on undeveloped land that used to be GM's, and now now it's added those significant businesses and more in the area. So that area is doing very well right now.
That's great to hear. Anytime there's expansion in Michigan, everyone's happy about it.
And we're not done either.
Good.
So there's a few other things up our sleeve yet.
That's good to hear. We look forward to seeing more. So, George, that's all the time we have today, and I want to thank you for being here. You've given us a ton of great information. You've been one of our better guests, in my opinion.
Thank you.
And if you at home have any questions about any of the content on our show here today, please give us a call at 248-288-2270, or you can also drop us an email at boomerhealth@americaremedical.com. Have a great day.